Hi everyone, and welcome to Sports Watch. If you like the content, please press the bell icon for further notifications and like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Jake Paul just defeated Mike Tyson. It was hard to watch. It's safe to say that the real winners were the people who didn't actually watch the fight. It was sad and depressing at times. But deep down, it was always a possibility that the fight could go this way. A 58-year-old Mike Tyson should never be anywhere close to a boxing ring. He should be sitting along with his colleagues and grandkids enjoying his legacy. It's not a blame on Mike. He made a choice for himself and his family and can hold his head high. The respect for him among the boxing community and among fighters in general will remain the same irrespective of the result tonight. The exact opposite sentiment will be there for Jake Paul. It was disgusting and pathetic to see this lumpen clown in boxing against a Hall of Famer and get his hands raised. He deserves absolutely no respect for that. He doesn't belong in the same line or same sentence as Mike Tyson. The people who sanctioned this fight are crooks to say the least. Imagine the boxing record of Mike Tyson will now show a loss to Jake Paul. Jake Paul, who isn't even worth Mike's bootlaces, who doesn't even have the pedigree of an amateur boxer, will now have a victory over Iron Mike Tyson. The boxing people and the sanctioning bodies who allowed this travesty to happen should hang their heads in shame. Iron Mike Tyson is the man who put boxing on the map in the late 80s and early 90s. He is one of the few men whose legacy transcends beyond the sport. And now you allow a Disney kid to tarnish that image, which is beyond belief. Not everything should be about the money. There should be ethics and morality among men. Literally, nothing about the match was fair. The age gap between the fighters was 31. Can't recall any professional fight with such a huge age gap between the two competitors. 2-minute rounds rather. 14-ounce gloves were supposed to protect Mike Tyson. It was also to protect the investment, Jake Paul. 2 minutes round meant that a 27-year-old Paul won't get tired. 14-ounce gloves meant that he had less chances of getting knocked out. Even if Mike Tyson somehow landed a good shot, Paul could survive the impact. But even after that, they wanted to be doubly sure. The size of the ring, it was as big as Klitschko versus Fury. They were so afraid that a 58-year-old Mike Tyson that they provided Jake ample chances to dance around the ring. Every time Mike could try to close the distance, Jake would be on the outside and out of range. At his age, Mike Tyson had no legs. He isn't supposed to, and he looked exhausted after round 2. The size of the ring meant he had to work twice as hard to close the distance. So when the fatigue sat in, the punches looked labored and the output wasn't great. Mike was biting his gloves in pain at times. It was hard to watch. Jake Paul danced around him and landed some decent punches. It was difficult to watch. Even then, some people might suggest that Mike actually pulled back on some of his punches. In the first round, one of his jabs actually stopped Jake in his tracks. It moved him backwards. Now imagine if he had those 10-ounce gloves, the impact would have been even more. And Mike had his chances to knock Jake out, but it didn't. It was difficult to watch for the people who were fans of Iron Mike Tyson. It was due to this love that people thought he might have a chance, but they forgot. He had to pull out of this fight a few months back due to a medical emergency. So don't judge the man on the performance that he had last night. Judge the people who allowed this to happen. Jake Paul did show Mike Tyson some respect in the end by not hurting him because he could see that he was visibly tired. He also thanked Mike for the opportunity because, let's be real, in any other world, Jake Paul wouldn't be in a same ring as Mike Tyson. He doesn't even belong in the same room as Mike. So it was a great opportunity for Jake. But the disrespect that his brother Logan showed to Mike at the end of the fight, it was uncalled for. Mike Tyson should never step in the boxing ring again. I hope he was fully compensated for that fight. And it leaves a bad taste in the mouth of many boxing fans. And for Jake Paul, who really thinks that Canelo should be fighting him next, he's way out of his mind. Even against a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, Jake looked average. So any decent fighter who is fighting right now would be more than happy to put his lights out. Let me know in the comment section what you feel. And if you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel.